Looking to watch the best action film of 2017? On June 13th, John Wick Chapter 2 finally hits home video. Check out the affiliate link in the video description for more. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the MundaneChats channel. And remember a couple years ago? It feels like it's been less time than nearly 2 years. But back in September 2015, y'all remember Clock Boy, Ahmed Mohamed, right? The kid who just so innocently turned an alarm clock into a pencil case, or, well, took the guts out of an alarm clock and put it into a pencil case, took it to school, was basically branded a bomber, arrested, and then suspended, and then a whole media shitstorm blew up around it and resulted in him being pulled out of the school, going to Qatar, getting a scholarship in Qatar, as well as traveling the country, hanging out with Obama, doing a bunch of other stuff, all because this kid took a project to school, right? That was the official story. The reality of the story really was more like Ahmed took the parts out of the clock, put it into a pencil case, and took it from class to class to class to class to class until a teacher saw it and told him to go to the principal's office for it. Keep in mind, another teacher earlier in the day had seen it and said, yeah, hey, cool, listen, you're going to want to keep that on the DL. You're not going to want to spread that one around there. So, warning him about the potential implications of having a little briefcase with a countdown clock in it. You know what I mean? Like, there's fear in high schools. But of course, the media, the left-leaning side of things, and the president didn't see it that way. Obama tweeting out, hey, Ahmed, cool clock. You want to bring it to the White House? And then, of course, he did, and everything else. But in the meantime, we did find out that Ahmed's older sister had tried similar stunts at school the year before. Her father was a failed politician that tried running for, I think it was like the president of Iran, like twice or something like that, but all doing it while living in America, and very much trying to capitalize on his son's newfound fame. Now, his father, a year later in August of 2016, filed a federal lawsuit against the school department for the incident, and it took another few months for the judge to finally issue the ruling. And the judge said here, basically dismissed the claims, saying that the court could not reasonably infer that any IISD employee intentionally discriminated against Mohammed based on his race or religion, because that was what they were trying to say. Oh, he's a brown kid with the clock. He's a terrorist. Like, that was the mentality that was being pushed around a lot at the time. The judge also dismissed the claim that Cummings, the principal of the school, whose Mohammed team said had violated his civil rights, treated the boy unfairly. The judge writing that this does not allege that Cummings treated Mohammed any differently than any other similarly situated students, and that unequal treatment was based on religion or race. So basically trying to say, yeah, he acted the same way with any other student in the situation. It had nothing to do with race or religion. It was just school policy. Now, then the judge gave the plaintiffs a deadline of June 1st to file an amended complaint to support the allegations that he wrote were factually deficient. And again, anyone who followed this story for a long period of time knows for a fact that the story was factually deficient. There wasn't enough there to go on for what the family wanted. Ahmed took the name Clock Boy, which is definitely meant to be, a bit of an insult and whatnot. And even CBS here is labeling it, as Clock Boy. Like, it was meant to be an insult, but then it kind of became this just nickname for Ahmed. And I don't really feel like a lot of it was like Ahmed's fault, to be honest with you. I think I think that he was kind of swept up in. I mean, he definitely brought the clock to school. Don't get me wrong. He definitely did that. But I mean, in the aftermath of that, you could tell it was his parents that were trying, his father especially, was trying to play up the Islamophobia card, trying to use that as a way to garner support and sympathy from the left. Never mind the fact that any other student who would have brought a little metal briefcase looking thing, even if it's a pencil box that had like a clock in it, is not going to set off some flags to somebody. I mean, we live in an age now where if a kid goes pew 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 in school, he gets expelled. All right, so any kid, regardless of race or religion or skin color, has gotten in that kind of trouble for that kind of thing. So it's not unreasonable to assume that the situation would be like that. Now, arresting him, that must have just been school policy. I thought that was kind of dumb, but suspending him for it makes sense, because it's like, It's stupid. Well, and that makes sense. It's stupid, but then the media blew it up and the father blew it up. And this is generally what tends to happen in these situations. So this probably, the father will probably file an appeal to it, probably try again and again and again in order to, get some kind of reparation for this, further reparation, because his son's image was damaged. Never mind the fact that Ahmed became this kind of like pseudo celebrity afterward, going to space camp, going to the White House. I think he hung out with like Mark Zuckerberg or something. He was touted around for a while afterward, from people trying to showcase the fact that they're not Islamophobic or xenophobic or whatever. And even though this had nothing to do with race or religion, but a high school student going from class to class to class with clock guts in a mini looking briefcase. We live in the age, like I said, someone just points finger guns or points a stick at someone in a menacing manner. And even if it's not meant to be menacing, and they get expelled or suspended. So the problem is an all-encompassing one, but leave it to, people trying to seek victimization and people trying to seek financial gain from it are the ones you gotta, watch out for, because they're the ones that really do ruin it for everyone else. They're the ones that do perpetuate this kind of shit, because, there should be some kind of like logic and reason. Like I'm more mad at the dad. I'm not mad at Ahmed as much. I think that in his family, he might have been pressured to do it, given what his sister has done and given like everything that followed with his dad. I think that might have been a thing, but I also think he was used as a pawn, and that's unfortunate because he's got to live with that now. But at the same time, he will find himself in a much better place financially and educationally than his peers at that school as a result of the situation. So it is what it is. But what are your guys' thoughts on this? I definitely want to know. Let me know in the comments. Do you think that Ahmed was treated unfairly by the school? Do you think that he was treated too fairly by the media? Do you think that the situation is worse than it seems? Or do you think that the family should be awarded the money? Curious to know your guys' thoughts on this. Let me know in the comments below. As always, my name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel. If you guys haven't already, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, check back daily for content from me. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day. Peace out.